Hey Habit Makers, welcome to another episode of Habit Maker Mama YouTube. We're happy to have you here today joining us as we chat about Make Your Bed by Admiral William McRaven.
Hey guys, I'm Kim Alcorn.
And I'm Heather Kerwin. So we chose the book because, well, the title, Make Your Bed, was one of the habits that we were going to be working on, and I had heard about this book and wanted to see if it was something that would be applicable and give us some more tips on how to make habits a part of our daily life. William McRaven is an admiral in the Navy, or was. He is now retired, and we of course want to thank him for his service in the military. He certainly is decorated. He served in Afghanistan and Iraq doing tours, so we are certainly thankful for all that he's done for the country. One of his quotes from the book is, "If you've by chance had a miserable day, well, at least you'll come back home to a made bed with the thought that tomorrow will be a bit of a better day." So I thought that was kind of a nice thought behind that of, hey, at least, if all goes to crumbs, well, tomorrow could be better.
Yes. I think that this book was written after his graduation speech that he gave to...
It was University of Texas, actually.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
So I think that he expanded on this graduation speech, that the graduation speech itself was very popular. I know it got shared around on the internet a lot. He probably realized he could write a book and expand on all of those life experiences.
As soon as you stand up, make the bed as your event-based trigger.
He kind of outlined a couple main life lessons in the book. One of them, obviously, is to start your day off right by making your bed, and that's probably the one that I liked the most out of the book.
It was the most applicable for real life situations and being able to use that in our everyday scenarios.
Right, and it's such a simple task that you don't really think matters. You're kind of like, well, I'm going to get back into the bed. Why does it really matter? But as he says, you're doing one small task that will help you domino into other tasks, and so you'll feel slightly accomplished to start your day, rather than starting off with a messy bed and then you're kind of like dragging through the rest of the morning. This is one thing that you feel like you've accomplished throughout the day. And then the next point he makes is never underestimate the power of a teammate. I think you probably identify with that one, having done college sports.
And not, I took it even not so much as a teammate on an actual team, but more, people who are in your life who will help you along the way. So for instance, we're doing Habit Maker Mama together. It wouldn't happen without all of your, expertise on the tech side. So find yourself a teammate in life that can be, a partner that you're with to help you with, just going along through life. So in kind of whatever capacity. But yes, certainly through sports too.
Or even if in a corporate environment, definitely trust your team, your coworkers, and try and rely on them. Try not to take on all of that work on yourself. So
yeah.
Tip 2, keep bedding basic so as not to overwhelm yourself.
One of the points that he discusses is don't be afraid to take risks. And I like that thought in relation to our habit making, because a lot of habits is trying something out and seeing if it works and deciding whether that's appropriate within your routine. If you're never willing to try something new, you'll never really know if it works for you or not. So you have to be willing to take a chance. And you could be thinking this on a big scale of, I have to take some huge risk, and for him, I think it's parachuting, and that's obviously a little bit extreme for our case. But for us, you have to be able to, try making the bed. Someone may be not willing to try it, so just even that can be considered a risk for somebody.
Or if you've always wanted to write a book, how would you know you can write a book if you don't even start writing a page? Or if you want to start your business, anything that if you don't know whether you can do something, you may as well start.
Yeah, exactly. Which is our whole philosophy and mantra with Habit Maker Mama is just get started with a small step.
Tip 3, fold back the covers on your side if your partner is still sleeping.
Another one of his points that is be courageous in order to keep pursuing your goals. I think that's probably a good thing to keep in the back of your mind, that while it is scary to go after what you want, and a lot of people will negate what you're doing, a lot of people will try and tell you you're doing something wrong, it's your goal and only you can accomplish it. So keep pushing through and try and keep that bravery, even if it is a scary thing to try.
And a lot of that goes along with our community thought of Habit Maker Mama, is that we are creating this as a community for all of us. This is not just about us working on our habits. This is about all of you as well joining us and making this, courageous community who cheers each other on. One of the things we really did like about this book was the references to San Diego. We are both San Diego natives, and it was really fun to read about the Coronado places and some of its references to San Diego things. So if you are thinking about visiting, this is the plug. You should come visit so you can see San Diego and then Coronado, where he did all of his training.
Tip 4. Use the act of making the bed as a way to mentally prepare for the day.
It's funny because I have a lot of friends in the Navy, so I have been on that base quite a few times, and when he's kind of talking about their SEAL training of like running into the water and then they have to go on the sand and become a sugar cookie was one of the things that he was talking about. It's funny imagining that while knowing what place he's talking about, or even when he's like when I'm swimming in the water and I'm afraid of sharks. It's funny because you and I grew up playing in that water and I've never been afraid of sharks.
We really felt that as a commencement speech that this would feel inspiring and motivating and give you a little bit of wind beneath your sails. We see how this became a book due to the excitement around the commencement speech. Feel that this would really be more of a biography type about his life and the experiences that built him, as opposed to more of a self-development. There's a little bit in there, but compared to some of the other books that we've read or have been working on, this is a little bit more biographical.
Yeah, if you kind of love that kind of no-nonsense type of motivation, or if you are interested in joining the Navy SEALs, I think this would be an excellent book. Or if you kind of just want to learn
military, not just Navy SEAL, but military.
If you want to learn about the man who fought in Afghanistan and Iraq during probably one of the scariest times, that to understand his mindset going through that and how he worked to motivate his team, I think that's an interesting thing to go about. I personally didn't feel super motivated right after reading the book. I did really like the make your bed aspect. Obviously, I got up and made my bed right away. If you're reading it over and over again, you're like, well, I guess I may as well go make my bed.
Or if you're reading in your bed, you also feel inclined, I should make my bed.
I should get up now.
In regards to habit building, as far as applicability to us and how it goes with Habit Maker Mama.
I'm not a Navy SEAL, and I never will be.
Right, so I enjoyed it, but I'd say sideways thumb. Like this. Not up, not down, just neutral.
Yeah. So how did your week go for making your bed every day?
I did it every single day, and what was most helpful for me, so I really thought through my habit sequence. So cue, routine, reward. And I knew
what was your cue?
So what I used is the cue. Well, the cue was the trigger of my alarm.
Okay.
So I really thought about this because we had mentioned to people, use standing up out of your bed in the morning as your cue. But for me, my alarm is across the room. So I knew the first thing I was going to want to do would be to turn that alarm off, not make the bed while the alarm is still blaring. So I said my cue will be turn the alarm off, then walk across the room, fold the bed over, and feel good about having made my bed. And it was pretty easy.
Did you get any kind of reward, or was it more just the mental feeling of having a clean area?
It was mostly the mental feeling for me. It felt nice that it was done. There were a couple times when my morning routine didn't go as planned, but I did make the bed. Okay. And so I felt proud about doing that. It didn't necessarily feel like, it's the best accomplishment of my life. But I felt glad that I did it and made me want to continue.
Tip 5. Make it fun. Use a pillow mist or special pillowcase to bring you joy.
I did try a linen mist in a way to maybe entice myself to make the bed more.
What do you think?
Well, my son basically stole it and sprayed it all around the room. It didn't really get used. I also just felt like it was another step in the routine that I didn't need so much.
I love the linen mist. Yeah, I got the one from Bath and Body Works, the lavender and chamomile, and I also have the eucalyptus one. The lavender and chamomile I'll actually spray before going to bed because it's supposed to help you fall asleep.
I started doing that and I like it better there.
I also put it in laundry so that way it's just your sheets and stuff just smell like it.
Yeah. Aside from that, though, it went well, and I'm going to continue to work on keeping it within my routine because I like it.
I think for my routine, I didn't really change my morning routine around the make your bed. I still got up and immediately washed my face, brushed my teeth, and got dressed. And it wasn't until like after I had my normal morning routine would I make my bed. It was kind of an afterthought of I want to start cleaning my house. And so as a domino chore, and by domino chore I mean one chore to help snowball affect the other tasks that you have to complete. So I would make my bed, and then because now I have a clean room, or somewhat clean room, now I want to keep doing other things. So I kind of cultivated that momentum to keep going through those tasks.
But you didn't necessarily have a trigger for your habits.
No, right now my trigger is watch YouTube videos of other people cleaning their house, and then I eventually get motivated to go do it.
Well, hey, you've got some sort of something going there.
Yeah. I really like those videos.
That's all you need.
Guess what, habit makers? It's time to announce the book of the month for this next month. We are going to be reading Essentialism, The Disciplined Pursuit of Less by Greg McKeown. So read along with us. Thank you so much for watching today, and don't forget to like and subscribe. I hope you found these tips helpful so you can pick up the habit of making your bed, and also you felt a little bit of motivation from Admiral William McRaven in regards to getting up and getting after your dreams.